Hello everyone, my name is Nikelclip. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I want to talk about what I want to see in Fortnite Chapter 3, because we are soon, probably, I won't say probably, we're going to be hitting a new chapter, whether it's going to be at the end of this season or at season 10. I mean, it is speculative, like it's very heavily applied that we're going to be hitting the next chapter next season, but at the same time, it could be season 10, like, I don't, I don't think that Fortnite have themselves said anything confirming that's going to be a next chapter, but at the same time, I don't think they will actually say that it will be. I mean, Leaker said that is probably going to be next chapter, but I just want to say that out there. I'm not saying that next season, next chapter. I mean, it's heavily applied, but we're gonna have to see at the end, I guess, this season. But I think I would kind of reckon that maybe this is kind of a good time to kind of talk about what I want to see in the next chapter, because believe it or not, actually I do have a few subjects I actually do want to see in the next chapter. Collabs, possible new game modes and everything. I will be talking about the stuff which Leaker Staff said that will probably be coming to the game, because I would be just cheating. That wouldn't be me just about talking about what I want to see. It would be just me talking about what Leaker Staff said, which other people actually do those kind of videos, but I didn't want to make a video that says, oh, this is what I want to make. Oh, actually, no, this is what I want to see in the next chapter, and you're just talking about the stuff that is leaked, so it's probably going to be happening at some point. But no, so anyway, without further ado, let's talk about what I want to see in chapter 3. And the first thing which I want to talk about, the first thing which I believe is kind of the most important of them all, is actually I kind of want to have a game, not so much of a game, actually, I'm not sure whether that would be its own game or but an option to play against full-on AI bots. Like something similar, if you ever played with Plant vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 or pretty much Battle.net before, you have an option to fight against bots, and you can actually set the opponents, the level of the bots. Like 1 is pretty much the easiest one, and 5 I believe is the hardest one. Like they're actually people who just have an aim button, not people but AI. And I kind of want to do for them to do a similar thing in here. Like for example, if you're not at the game, then you can just hop in here, don't practice against basic bots, and if you feel a bit better, you can just practice against, some decent bots. But if you're also talking about XP, where I believe that you should be able to get XP, I believe the challenges should be able to count in this, but I believe what they should do with the XP is they just cut it down to be like a 25% of the original XP, because that's what they do in Plant vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and if I'm going to be taking, not so much of an idea, but kind of I guess a thing from them, that I think they shouldn't do, essentially do like 100% XP from there, because then what would be actually point of playing regular pops if you just get regular XP from playing a spot? So I think with the kind of XP buffs, not buff, but I think the XP change would be that essentially only 25%, even 50% of the XP that when you don't got from the original pops. Mainly I'm talking about this because essentially I just think that at this point Fortnite is just becoming way too sweaty. Like you go to a normal pub game and you'll find at bare minimum like 5 sweats in that game, like every single time. And I'm one of those people who doesn't play most of the game competitive. Or I want to say like I only play like maybe one game somewhat competitive, and that will be Apex Legends. But at the same time, I'm kind of been off playing that game. I haven't won a single game in season 11, so I can't really say I'm competitive in that game anymore. So I believe that Fortnite do really it really requires some kind of a bot lobby system where essentially you can just play against all AI. I know there are ways to get in bot lobbies, but at the same time, I'm not saying that most people in B2, but either people don't know how to set them, or just like they don't have a 2 device they could actually do it on. So that's kind of was Fallout one more Fortnite to make something like this, so it's actually kind of so it doesn't actually require 2 devices to set the bot lobbies, because I mean it is easy to set bot lobbies, but it does require 2 devices. So yeah, I do really honestly hope the bot lobbies will become next chapter, because if Fortnite doesn't do anything about the sweat, then I mean I think the game is just gonna go downhill. I mean I have seen from the statistic that the game is actually dropping downhill, like it's dropping some popularity. I mean if you see the collabs, then that would actually say that much. But I think that if Fortnite just doesn't do anything with the sweat, then they're gonna fucking win the game, and that's not an opinion. That's gonna be a fact. This game is just way too sweaty. You can barely get into the game where there's not a sweaty person. So I personally believe that bot full-on AI bot lobbies is going to be a great idea, not only for people who just want to play casual, but some people who rarely just not rarely, but people who actually start playing the game. They'll be able to kind of have their time to practice. They'll have their own pace. So I think the AI full-on AI bot lobby is actually going to be a pretty good idea. And for the next video, I want to kind of talk about my wish for the chapter, which is essentially either I want Epic to start giving away more free V-Bucks, like maybe in the Battle Pass, or having some kind of sort of challenges for free V-Bucks, or essentially doing a bit more often, like giving that not challenges, but essentially option for people to gain free skin cosmetics. And I am not talking about the free bags, since I think we're getting enough free cosmetic bags in the Battle Pass and pickaxes. And although I would say that emotes are kind of taking the low side, so we really haven't got any. I mean, we did have free emotes, but I don't think we had them like as much as we did in Chapter 1, I don't believe, or but I don't think we recently got as many free emotes. But the main thing about I wanted about why Fortnite should actually keep just giving like, or actually do more frequently free skins, because let's be honest, not all of us have money to spend on a video game. Some of us actually have actual stuff to spend on, like for example, mortgage, bills, and whatever. And if you talk about Fortnite, like they're just releasing so many skins left, right, and center, being over like not 800, be like over 1,000 V-Bucks. So essentially, you're gonna have to spend like £15 to get those skins. So essentially, it's gonna be like, yeah, it is kind of way too much, especially on the way which they're releasing new skins into the item shop. So I kind of figured that Fortnite do kind of have to essentially releasing more free skins into the to get investors for you to get, because I mean, if you think about it, I don't really see an issue with Fortnite just releasing like maybe one free skin every 3 months, like the reskin of maybe of a default or something. Like I don't really see an issue. For example, they did the rainbow race, but for example, if you have a friend and you essentially applying that friend hasn't played Fortnite recently, then if you just grind some challenges, if your friend gets to level 60 and you get to level 60, then you can just all both get a rainbow race. And I don't see why Fortnite can't do more stuff like that. I mean, it would be kind of giving the people actually an urge to play the game, get their friends to play, and free cosmetics. Like if I do think about that, just a win-win situation for them. They get more players playing the game, and also people get some actual good free cosmetics. Like for example, I mean not so much for example, but essentially people have been kind of bragging about before as to how dare they make their reference challenges that hard. But at the same time, if it's a free skin which we actually don't get that a bunch, like we rarely get a free skin. Right now, I think we're gonna be getting free skins like every Christmas, and whenever Fortnite is kind of lost, so they just drop a free skin for some reason. I actually do kind of want for them actually to do like more events like this where they just bring out free skins for everyone to grind for. I mean, it wouldn't really hurt the game. It would still be popular. I mean, as a fun fact, I believe that game would be way more popular if it just had events where we can get free skins. I mean, Apex does that. And as a fun fact, I remember like I think it was in season 10 or no, I'm pretty sure it was season 10, where essentially released the event where you can get free Rampart legendary skin, a free legendary skin. I don't think they have done this before. I mean, if we don't classify for essentially when they did the event, we could get collection event packs where you can potentially get a legend. So I mean, Apex actually is doing a pretty good job at essentially giving out free stuff to the player if you don't want to spend games. So I believe that Fortnite should be kind of taking the same route as Apex, where essentially just, well, not every time giving that free skin, but I mean, like once in a while, like once every 3 months maybe. Like, come on, I mean, are you seriously gonna be losing that much money if you're just gonna release like one skin once in a while? Really, Fortnite? I mean, it would kind of show that you actually kind of care for the player base and not just care about the money part. Like, I do really hope that we're gonna be getting some more free skins in the next chapter. And now we're going to the last part, which is kinda breaking the rules just for this video, but at the same time, I mean, I talked about it before it was actually rumored or actually there were any leaks about it, so I'm still gonna classify it. And then essentially to have My Hero Academia and Fortnite collab. Now, the reason I'm saying that is kind of breaking my rules, because I'm pretty sure there was in a survey which actually Fortnite released some people like what skins they would like to see in the future. I'm pretty sure there was Izuku Midoriya, which I were kind of first survey, and I remember seeing the second one which Bakugo was in there, so they do probably plan to add these characters at some point to Fortnite. But the reason I'm kind of decided to add this into my video, because I remember talking about this like I read like almost like a year ago when I made this video, or maybe even less. I'll leave the link down in the description if you want to see it for yourself. I'm sorry, I just kind of I mean, it's like very late. I'm kind of recording this video as I returned from college, so I'm sorry if I sound like yeah, but essentially I made this video like theorizing whether Fortnite could collab with My Hero Academia. I made it like, as I said, like almost a year ago I want to say, and I kind of pull out some evidence, not so much evidence, but actually I kind of did that big brain thing. I kind of seen the pattern of what I've been doing with the skins. Like for example, make it building mode where you can change a skin, a kind of a type, of example, from a big one to skinny one. So I kind of talk about that. Also talking about how they're essentially including some anime characters. Not I'm getting, but actually they're kind of testing with the anime filter to skins. So I kind of made a video about theorizing whether they could actually make a My Hero Academia collab, and now that actually we do have some evidence points that yes, they could do that. I kind of want to see that in chapter 3. I mean, you know me, I love My Hero Academia. I essentially have 11 mangas of them right now, like the actual My Hero Academia, not the Vigilantes, which I'm actually probably going to buy some Vigilantes once I'm actually finished the main kind of story. I'll probably buy it just to actually read it. But I actually do want My Hero Academia into Fortnite. I mean, if you do drop My Hero Academia Fortnite, I will spend a fortune on this. I'll promise I'll buy every single skin that's registered to My Hero Academia because I just love that show. Well, maybe except for Bakugo because I don't kind of like Bakugo, but my wish list for the next chapter is that we hopefully gonna get My Hero Academia added to Fortnite. But anyway, that is all I want to talk about. This is my wish list for the next chapter. Did you guys want to see the same thing which I want to see in chapter 3, or do you have something else? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, I will see you guys next time in the next video. Goodbye.